All right, guys, so we're getting straight to the point here. Xenoverse 3 is at Summer Game Fest. 100%. It has been confirmed. I don't know how they're moving with this, right? I did speak with a source that I'm not going to name, and this is the same probably source or another source that is in the same group as this source, if that makes sense. Shout out to Vinixis because they posted this very recently, probably last night or earlier this morning. They said, without naming names, to put them on the spot, several creators were invited to Summer Game Fest for an event dedicated to Xenoverse 3. So there's a chance it might be shown at tomorrow's Xbox Game Showcase, but even if it isn't, we should get info from the creators anyway, right? So yes, this is true. Again, the source that I talked to, they said that this was likely a private event. Okay, that's why there was nothing revealed at the actual main showcase, okay? And again, I understand some people being disappointed or upset about that. Okay, believe me, I get it. But at the same time, it's not a big deal. It's not the end of the world. And the fact that Xenoverse 3 is promoted at the event, which we got this very, late last night. Okay, during the showcase, somebody posted a video. Shoutouts to Farzon Plays here. As you can see, they are at Summer Game Fest. And there are a bunch of logos and, games being promoted on the walls and, windows of the building surrounding the area of Summer Game Fest, okay? And lo and behold, a few of those is Bandai Namco's logo, as well as a big-ass, actually two big-ass Xenoverse 3 logos, okay? One of them with the background and one of them just like on a black, screen, and we had the little Summer Game Fest logo on there. So if that isn't enough to convince you that it is there, right, then I don't know what will. Now, the reason why this is a little bit weird is because it is officially there at the event, present, okay? For those who attend the event, there's probably like a booth or like a back area or something, okay, where, for Bandai Namco specifically, where creators and press were invited to check out something. I don't know what it is. It could be a demo. It could be, maybe like just like a little presentation on it. I cannot tell you, okay? But there is something that will be coming, right? And the reason I say that is because the source that I talked to said, and this isn't 100% confirmed because, this person, isn't actually there, okay? But they got the information, obviously a heads up on it. So the situation is that it's probably not going to be shown at this event, okay? And I'm going to go on that side and play the safer side because I don't want to get anyone's hopes up, with what happened yesterday and they didn't end up showing anything. The Xbox Showcase, okay, is going to be on, I think, Sunday. So that's tomorrow. Okay, that's at 10 a.m. PST. Okay, so that should be, I think, 12, so exactly like noon CST, and then 1 p.m. EST. You can do your time conversions. It might be on a different day depending on where you live. But yeah, tomorrow, they're promoting the Xbox reveals with new games and a Gears of War E-Day, okay? It's not out of the question. There is still a chance, but I would not even tune into it if that's the only thing you care about, okay? Watch this if you want to see new games related to Xbox or Gears of War. Watch this only if you want to see that, okay? I will obviously post if there's any Xenoverse 3 trailers or information, right? Bandai is also likely going to post if there's any Xenoverse stuff, right? Going forward, we're not going to rely on these events, okay? Unless Bandai or an official source comes out and just explicitly states, hey guys, we have new reveals for Xenoverse 3 at this event. If it's not being promoted at the event, then, don't even expect it, right? Now, the thing about that is it is actually being promoted at Summer Game Fest. But again, this came like a bit after, our speculation that it would be there, right? Because it would make sense, right? The biggest, Shonen Jump anime series game that they're going to have next year. Would you not want to invest in showcasing this? But I guess not. I guess they didn't want to do that. I guess they wanted to make this something more private. Maybe to not spoil anything or reveal anything. I don't know. this is the weirdest situation because I don't think Bandai Namco has ever done something like this, okay? You would think a big-ass game like this that has been so anticipated for over 10 years, you would want to be moving in a very, very high promotion, way. You know what I mean? And advertise the fuck out of it. But I guess that's not the situation here. Like I said, do not expect it being anything shown, at least publicly, right? If you're there, right, maybe you'll see, like I said, like a booth or something or an area where, creators are going to be going to and checking out, right? But if not, and you're like me and we're at home and we're watching this at home, then yeah, that's the situation, right? But Xenoverse 3 reveals are coming, okay? That's not a crazy revelation. We know there will be new info coming, okay? A lot of people think that because it got revealed a little over a month ago, that they're not wanting to show anything that soon, or that we have to wait for Future Saga Chapter 4 to release for them to want to promote Xenoverse 3. No, that's not the case at all, right? The fact that they had both revealed at the same time at the Battle Hour event goes to show that they don't give a fuck. They want to promote this, okay? But it's just a very weird way that they're doing it right now. Again, there are going to be many events throughout this summer over the course of the next 3 months. We have Tokyo Game Show. We have Gamescom. We have Anime Expo. We also have a potential, and I don't think they've confirmed this, but they did this last year and I think maybe the year before, where Bandai Namco does their own thing. It's called the Bandai Namco Summer Showcase, right? That's where My Hero Academia All's Justice got revealed, right? And I think some Kakarot DLC also got revealed, the first Daima part. So they could also do that as well, right, guys? We have so many events. There's also Comic-Con and stuff. Not saying that it'll be there, but I'm just saying, like, all these events have a lot of potential. And even if they don't show it there, guys, Bandai Namco can upload at any time that they want. A random-ass weekday, a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, in the morning, late at night, anytime they feel like, you know what, we're ready to drop something, right? And obviously, it's not just like a spontaneous thing. They're going to plan it out, but we cannot predict when they're going to be dropping anything. The only thing we can do is use the history to predict the future, right? And the history has shown that they will promote this shit at big events over the summer, right? So, yeah, we're going to be getting information much sooner than later, okay? That is a fact because, like what was said, there were creators and press and, people that got invited to this to see something, right? And obviously they're not going to just reveal what it is right now, right? They're probably under like an NDA and everything and they can't show anything. So nobody knows what the fuck this is. Like, we don't know what is actually being shown here, okay? That's the thing. That's the mystery, okay? And that's good. We want it to be a mystery. This isn't necessarily like a leak or anything. This is just basic ass information that they should publicly be talking about, right? Right? This should be stuff that they need to give a heads up on, because they did that last year with Sparking Zero, or sorry, not last year, a couple of years ago, right? Was it 2024? They did that with Sparking Zero. They dead ass said at the end of one of the trailers, I think it was the Fusion trailer, they said, next stop, Summer Game Fest. Literally, teasing, hey, guys, be there at Summer Game Fest. We got a new reveal, a new trailer, and new information to be shown at that event. Like, they were moving perfectly. Like, I'm telling you, the Sparking Zero promotion time, that era, that phase that they did was perfection. No issues at all. No mistakes. Okay, maybe one mistake. They did the stupid thing where you can actually play like a beta. But I mean, whatever. And them having a roadmap kind of like demo where they kind of did the on the road showcase of many different places in the US where you could play a demo of it. That was still pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, that's how they should be moving with Xenoverse 3, but I don't know why they're not, okay? But hey, maybe they're just planning things a little bit differently. We will be getting information. That's all I have to say. All right, guys. I'm sorry to anybody that was disappointed yesterday. Okay, I will definitely take responsibility for, it even bringing up the Summer Game Fest showcase that, was from yesterday as a potential place, okay? I understand. I understand disappointment. I understand people waited 2 hours and they didn't get what they wanted to see. But at the same time, there were lots of great games. Okay, I told you guys, again, I understand being upset, but there's no reason to, kind of like just, sit there in the corner and cry over this. It's not necessary, okay? It's a video game. I know we're excited about it. I know we're waiting for it, but it's not the end of the world, right? This is not the end of the world. We are gamers. We are anime fans, and they showed at least something for everyone, okay? At this event, there was something, right? You had the Attack on Titan thing. You had, other big games and big reveals and collabs and DLCs and things that were shown at it. And I think over anything, that is a fun fucking thing. That's fun. These video games and these reveals are supposed to be fun and entertaining. And that's what it was for me, okay? 99% of those games I will not play. I will never play them. I think they look cool. I think some look interesting. I just, some of them, a lot of them look the same, and a lot of them, some of them just didn't really catch my interest of me actually wanting to play it. But at the same time, it was fun. I enjoyed it. It was awesome, right? So yeah, I want you guys to keep that energy, going forward with the rest of these showcases, and don't expect Xenoverse 3 until they drop it, right? Until Bandai Namco themselves puts out that trailer, and once you see that, that's how you know that there's something.